Hey, you, friends, family, strangers. As I left you yesterday, right here, through the power of movie magic, I'm at the Raptor Center, which is right on Alum Creek River or something like that. I don't know. That's not Alum Creek, but that runs up into its midsection, up into its bosoms. Anyways, I am in the thriving metropolis. Actually, it is a super small village somewhere north of Columbus called Kilburn. Yeah. And this is the Raptor Center. It's a preserve. It's gorgeous. The only time I've ever really been here was to go canoeing out in these waters. And I'm running into fucking prickles now, trying to shear my foreskin off. I'm gonna go back this way for just a smidge, get my bearings. What we're doing right now, at least for today, is we are gearing up for kind of a snowy winter day. This particular day was rumored to be plagued with freezing rain, and so far we're good. As you see, the river is cold as shit. If I had proper shoes on right now, I would actually test to see how thick the ice is. There's another park that I thought about checking out instead. And since it appears that there's not going to be really that big of a threat of freezing rain, I might go do that. But what you might find particularly fun today is how we most likely are going to work on a little camper van conversion. Then tomorrow I have probably what I'm guessing is a much more visually stimulating experience lined up for you, because the weather's supposed to cooperate. The roads are supposed to be very passable. I'm getting caught on stuff, which will make traveling a little bit safer for ya boy. Okay. Anyways, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for spending your morning with me. I hope these efforts line up with you waking up, shaking off the sleepies, cleaning off whoever's on your private areas from the last night. And I hope you enjoy my BS with your morning cup of coffee. So yeah, let's have a nice rainy, sleepy day. I got about 3 hours of sunlight to get something visually stimulating for you. Then after that, we'll probably head into my garage, kick on the lights, and start ripping a shelf out of a van. No promises though. And then tomorrow we're going to do something kind of halfway cool instead. But for now, douche. You're a loser. Here at the Raptor Center, the Raptor Preserve, there really isn't any big birds of prey to be found. I don't think they like our BS up here by the hiking trails. Once in a while you do see them, from what I've been told, and I believe they do exist. I personally have been deep into this park on a canoe down this river and saw a utopia, almost a hidden world of different types of birds. It was really cool. If only I had a clue where any of that footage lived at on my computer. Another thing that is not out to interact with us today is the rat snakes that overrun this preserve in the summer. I think they are whatever the hell they're doing in the wintertime. Whatever scary snakes do in the winter And sorry, but I have no clue what that is. I don't know if they're in the ground, in a tree, in egg form. What the crap happens? I just know that I'm not going to be too worried about stepping on one, which is unusual because if you come here in the summer, and I've experienced it, these giant, thick, black rat snakes are all over this park, and they're out just in direct sunlight, loving it. Why you would hang out in Ohio if you were a snake, I think I would slither west if I was a snake, but that's just me. That's just me and my snake-like mentality. And I don't know if you get bit by one or if it hurts you or if it's poisonous or whatever, or venomous. And yes, there is a difference between venomous and poisonous snakes. I don't know. However, I knew that when I was here last time and saw one, a giant one, I knew that I didn't want to find out firsthand. I knew that much. The other park that we're about to go to while we have a little bit of daylight left is better. I'm assuming less muddy. However, the only problem with that park over this one is there's no beautiful river to observe. And I want to go a lot deeper down this river, film some snakes, film some adventures, film some crack pipes, and yes, I did see one earlier up here. However, today, I don't think that's happening. It's colder than my ex-girlfriend's personality out here, and it is supposed to be icy rain, but something tells me that this particular neck of the woods skipped out on that. And yeah, the big thing is it's just hella shitbag muddy, and I'm kind of over it. Look at this. You expect me to get my fucking camo Crocs hella shitbag muddy for you? I mean, come on. Speaking of things I need to order on Amazon, like a proper pair of mud hiking boots, I think I will also look for a backpack resting fold-up chair for lazy river days like this. Osprey platforms are found along the upper Alum Creek. They provide important nesting habitat for the raptors. The osprey relies on their keen vision and precision flight to capture fish from waterways, just like that one down there, which is a part of Alum Creek. The bird plunges into the water with its talons from high above, waiting for the right moment to catch its prey. Isn't that backwards? Shouldn't it wait for the right moment to catch its prey and then plunge into the water? When I rolled up, there was a little red truck right here in the rain. There was someone inside peering at me through their windshield, and they had the wipers on. I thought it was a fisherman's or woman's, just waiting for the rain to stop so they could go back to fishing. But nary a fishman was found. I'm kind of disappointed that the freezing rain didn't actually happen as predicted, for a couple reasons. I was going to go somewhere this weekend about 3 hours from home and film a lot of different things. However, that will still happen, probably when it gets a little bit warmer, but there is a particular reason that I will reveal later why I want to make that trip happen prior to April. So, but anyways, before I leave this park, I thought I'd show you this cute little picnic area in the shit house up here. I never realized that straight back there is a paved walking trail. I never went back that far in this picnic area. So like I was saying, on one hand, I am disappointed that it didn't freeze out rain, because I stayed close to home for that reason. And I wanted to get freezing rain nature shots. But on the other hand, I am relieved, because tomorrow I am good to go, most likely to film a whole different road trip I had in mind that doesn't require as long a driving. And it's also nice to film today out and about without freezing rain tickling the back of my neck. Thought I would stop off here at this overlook. I don't know if you can see that tower looking thing straight out ahead of me. That is one of many perches built for said raptors that I was talking about. This, from the tree line back there to way up here, which goes way down and over, is all a river basin. And at certain times of the year, this will all appear to be one very wide river. It almost looks like the Ohio River because it's so wide. But it's actually a deception, because it is only about an inch deep at that time. The deep parts of the river, as you may have guessed, are right here, that seem to have flowing water all year long. But a few times a year, this whole area is the riverbed. This is Central Ohio's version of the Grand Canyon. Some people have decided that they are the only people on Earth, and to leave behind any type of beauty for the next person is out of the question. They've decided to throw their hoop tea booze drink down. That is a alcohol tea, 5% alcohol by volume. I know that because I just looked at the can in some detail, because I'd never seen that can before. You'll also notice some other scumbags, or potentially the same scumbag, did leave their disgusting Bud Ice can right here. Anything to take away from the natural beauty, to perhaps help them reflect on the inner ugliness that this person feels in their soul. Why you would want your town, your community, and your parks to resemble the disgusting, stupid ugliness that you have in your heart, I'll never know. The best kind of souvenirs are free ones. Some kind of project going on here. An ongoing thing, I assume. I would take any of this material if it was definitely waste material and it was okay to do so. But I think I better keep my hands off for now. I'm pretty sure this is what was just built. Don't know what it is, but could potentially be a bathroom. And then they can do away with the Porta-John. In case you are too stupid to understand, just from common sense, that it is wrong to litter and vandalize, don't worry, it's posted for the stupid people. Also, it's highly advised, do not release wild animals or any animals out here. No hunting, trapping, feeding, touching, teasing, frightening, or intentionally disturbing any wildlife. Such activity is illegal. Before we hit the trail, we'll take a quick look at the Nature Center. I often hear rolling thunder. A winter thunderstorm in early February. Kind of cool. I like it. It's peaceful. This nature center is only open Monday through Friday. Very limited business time hours for whatever reason. So the working person can never check inside. Luckily, that's where I come in. You can see through the raindrops. It is almost like a natural museum of sorts in this first room here. So we'll come back, check it out when it's more appropriate hours. Like I said, it is late in the day because I am not going to have much daylight time left. The Nature Center does seem to have some kind of really cool 2-level back porch area. We'll have to check that out next time we're here. I'm assuming you get back there through the building, which is closed. I just found shelter from the rain. I don't know if you can hear that or see that, but it is starting to rain again. At first I thought this box was where you can put donations to help the park, but I realized it's where you get a bag to clean up your dog's poop. Why you would want to walk around with dog poop in your hand, I have not a clue. Did you see that lightning flash? That was cool. Don't know if I've ever seen a thunderstorm. Woo. I picked a cool day to go to the park. A lot of people in my life straight up won't go anywhere in the wintertime or do anything on a rainy day or on a stormy day. I always argue the point. Actually, those are the very best times to go out and see nature. Love that thunder. This white rope fence was not here last time I was here. I have a feeling next time I come here it'll be on both sides. I don't know if they had issues with people going off trail and claiming not to know where the trail was as their alibi or what. Or if the park just had too much money they didn't know what to do with. Here in Delaware County, Ohio, there is a cavernous system where you can go underground during any type of weather. And I thought, how fun would it be to pick the rainiest, most crazy, stormy day and then go into the caverns and cut off the rest of the world. That would make for some content. But it is closed until late March. Otherwise, listen, I would film that experience today. Actually, I thought about like waiting until it is just slamming thunderstorm out. Just scroll shot through the parking lot, into the building, a little bit of the gift shop, and then down into their cavern system in the basement, and it would all fade away. You wouldn't even know what was going on up on the surface of the earth. But the rain has come back, and two things are going to happen just for you. One, I'm going to get soaked, and possibly I'll have a lot of trouble getting my car out of here if the weatherman was correct and made to be a truth teller, this should all stick as freezing rain. This video could have a very interesting conclusion. Me and this raccoon surprised each other. I jumped, he jumped, and he went up that tree. Freezing rain on composite deck stepping. What's the worst that could happen? It looked better on the brochure. I wonder why these stairs don't just go straight up, but they jot over and then jot over again. Is it so you are forced to take a rest? I mean, I've been here 3 minutes and I'm out of breath already, so maybe that's it. No other cars here still. Looks like I'm the only one who heads to the park when they see a weather report of freezing rain. I'm kind of tired. I want to get me a shower and get some rest, recharge, plan the next day of travels and adventures. I think I'll pop in here to the hotel and see if they got a room available tonight. If all the porta-johns were replaced with regular-ass bathrooms, then we would be using an extra 125 million gallons of water than we already do. But who cares? The ocean's filled with water. What's the big deal? Just stopped in at a Mickey D's over in Sunbury, Ohio. And let me tell you, this one, I'm not sure how many are in this town, but probably the most professional, friendly, quick and easy McDonald's experience of my entire life. This particular location, not sure if it's franchise, corporate, who runs it, who manages it, who owns it, or what the dealioski is. But this one gets a 5-star review from me, baby. Or maybe I should taste my food first before I make it final. This giant nursing home right here in Sunbury is my old place of employment. Kind of. I got a job here as a nurse aide. If you didn't know, I am was a CNA, STNA, certified nurse aide, and state tested nurse aide, which just means I got a license and got the state's approval. About 3 years ago, I interviewed for a job here, got the job, went through some health testing, and went through orientation. However, by the time I needed to go to my first day of work, I really didn't need the second job. I know that sounds like bullcrap, but hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. That was actually right in the heart of COVID. residents here had to visit family as the family stood outside their particular room and talked to them on the phone, looking at each other through the window. I observed this while at orientation, and I said, wow, that's like something out of a sci-fi movie. See the Statue of Liberty? Even though it will be dark soon, the park's open to 11 and the gate is wide open. Came down here to read this sign and I noticed the gates apparently don't get closed very often because there is a horde of leaves and grass around them at the bottom. I mean, I'm no CSI Miami, but I'm pretty sure even at night, the gates don't close. And in this case, 11 p.m. when the park closes will be long after dark. And I did notice another free souvenir. I do like that if the park doesn't close till 11, that even in the summer, you can fart around and make your way back to your car even after sunset, which is cool. I like that sunset twilight hour. Let's see. This trail has been made possible through the generosity of the Edwin H. and Neely M. Rosenberger family and the Columbus Foundation. Thank you very much to those people. There's a cable here that is across, but where you would walk on foot is wide open. Again, the park doesn't close till 11. Don't bring your pets, which is weird. Most preservation parks or metro parks want you to bring your pets. Don't feed the wildlife, don't go swimming, don't burn stuff, and don't drive over the cable on the ground. No motorized vehicles. I'm going to go ahead and break the law and just step through that instead of using the foot traffic part. Let's see if there's anything at all to be made of this place. This does seem like a cool spot to get murdered toward the end of the day. Nice little nighttime murder spot is what it looks like. So maybe one of the reasons they don't close the gate at night is because they don't have to. See, now this is kind of what I was thinking earlier. If we're supposed to have freezing rain, and I'm supposed to be seeing cool stuff like this, let's take a proper picture up under this tree. I just took this photograph, and it will serve no purpose except for one of many pictures on my screensaver, on my cup holder. But look at this pine tree forest. You're supposed to feel creeped out, but I feel peaceful out here among the nature. I'm not sure how much field side trail riding we're gonna do, because like I've been trying to tell you, it's getting dark here by the moment. Ain't seen no bum fights or homeless encampments or nothing, but I'll tell you what, when I decide to go rogue, I'm coming to this preserve. It's going to be a home for the birds and for me. Imagine if this thick forest grass growth was in every direction for acres and acres and acres, miles even, and you had to forge ahead, cutting them down, forming a trail, developing a road, periodically setting up posts that would become towns later, and being among the first to do that in the region. That is exactly the childhood of Abraham Lincoln, the the world's most famous U.S. president, as a boy, would assist his dad in doing just that through the state of Indiana. Not trying to hate on the place or nothing, but I think I see why. There's no real reason to close the gate, and I think I see why. No one else but me is here, even on a nice sunny day, because there literally is nothing here. There's no cool rivers to look at, no sketchy raccoons jumping out to scare me like the last park. It is just a field with spotty woods as a way to preserve places for the birds, as the sign said. The sign should also include, if you're looking for something cool, you're in the wrong spot. It sucks you're not allowed to bring your pets here, because if you had a dog, this would be perfect and very vast for as long a dog walk as you want. There appears to be a 5-way fork in the road. Do I go that way? That way? That way? Or that way? I tell you what, because darkness is falling fast, I think I'll go back the way I came. For a second there, I thought I saw some big thing, some big Sasquatch or human or something down there, but my eyes were playing tracks on me. Then I thought, what would I do? Would I try to be polite and just keep walking towards it like, hey, fuck no, it's almost dark, no one's here but me? I think in that case I would just walk through this crap, find one of these houses, knock on the door and be like, hey, can you help me not get murdered real quick? You could film a stealth camping video in this park. You could have someone drop you off, hide out here in the tree line to see if you can film anybody coming around 11 to close the gate, which I'm thinking doesn't even happen. But you could be in these woods and be like, the park is technically closed. It's 2 a.m. I just got physically compromised by a Sasquatch. I'm still really sore from it, but we're hours from sunrise, so I'm sticking it out. Before I leave this boring preserve, I think I'll give back the way this place has given to me. A little bit of love there. Now, when this video first started, we were looking at a very thin, frozen beginning portion of a river. Well, now we are a few miles down the road. That river turns into that huge, wide body of water. I would take you further down this side to see it, but I can't, because I am not a member or guest of the Columbus Sailing Club. A sailing club, like sailing out on the ocean? But we can't go over here and take a quick look. The only real reason I pulled over when I saw this is because I was very curious how late this park stays open. And there is zero signage about such a thing. Matter of fact, according to the zero signage, this isn't even a park at all. But since this is a huge gravel parking lot right up against the Alum Creek River, and it is well lit at night, there's zero signage about restricted hours or anything, or a season it's open. Makes me wonder, is it perfectly legal to come in here after dark and drop your boat right into the water? And if so, how soon are we going to do that very thing and post it right here on Duggalo Nation. I'm guessing this is either moved way up out of the water for the winter, or the tide is very low. It looks as if water often comes way up here. Perhaps in the summer months, I don't know, or toward the end of spring after it's just rained all day, every day for a solid month. But this also looks like it could go down and sit. But maybe it doesn't. Maybe it's here permanently, and the water is normally here where I'm standing in my camo Crocs. But I thought that was cool. I was going to walk on this, but I'm scared to. Straight up. Not scared of it falling. Scared of getting yelled at. Did you see that, dude? That was the very territorial Canadian goose. My all-time favorite bird. None of which seem interested in landing out there on Epstein Island. There is a really cool house up here. Let me see if I can spot it in time. It's a fancy house, kind of reminds me of the Glass House. Thought I would stop in over at Walmart, but before that, why not look at some cute puppies at Petland? See if I can avoid being talked into buying one. They're only about 10 grand. If I was some kind of creature, I would want to live in here. This is a pretty pimped out setup. Wonder what normally goes in here. Some lady in there at Petland tried to get me to hold a puppy. I said, nope, I'll just pet her while you hold her. I know how this works. Any further than that, and about 5 grand flies out of my wallet. The reason you don't normally see quail eggs or turkey eggs is because they're a lot more expensive to farm than chicken eggs. This might be taking a big risk, but let's do it. Stuffed green olives with feta cheese in them. A fine gentleman just now complimented me on my cool hoodie. Detroit basketball. I now present to you the Walmart DVD aisle. The Walmart DVD aisle, the last of a dying breed, but it is the greatest place on earth. equipped with DVDs from the greatest show on earth. Randy Marsh, of course, trying to figure out who in the South Park Elementary School has an OnlyFans page. And you can probably guess what this one's about. Another one of Cartman's escapades. But these are 50 minutes long, both of those. It's not like the good old days when you would see a 3-episode theme made into a movie because they ran together episodically. I'll make this easy and go with Wes Craven's take on Dracula. Since I'm a fan of all things weird and I haven't seen him yet. This product's pretty cool and it's about 20 years behind schedule. Simple. Bluetooth wireless mic. Stick one end into the amp and sing into the other end. Genius. If you have listened to my podcast, you know that Barney is back. Soon it will be that time again. Spring will be among us. Now that's a plushie, if I ever seen one. Well, good thing I didn't get a puppy at Petland. I don't think my red cock would have appreciated it. Always remember, kids, to take your cart back, even if you gotta walk way over there. Because like a bonehead, you parked 5 stores away. That chick who tried to get me to buy a puppy in Petland before I went over to Walmart, to her credit, that puppy was really cute and had really pretty blue eyes. I think it was like a husky, and she was real soft, and I think she wanted to come home with me. So not fair, that Petland. You go in looking for bird seed and come out with a $5,000 puppy husky. So not fair. She tried to put one right in my arms. Any polite person would hold the puppy, fall in love with it, and buy it. But I'm not a polite person. I said, nah, I know how this works. You talking to a broke bitch. I can't be buying $5,000 puppies. I gotta go over to Walmart and get a stupid Toucan Sam plush toy instead. And all that other garbage I bought. But the puppies are so cute. It's not fair. You walk in there, get a puppy handed to you, and your next thought is, well, I guess my life's about to change. Because I'm in love with this little critter, that sweet little puppy. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you that last shot 2 seconds ago. That was from inside a place called Ginjigo, which I used to go there a lot when I would DoorDash. It was like almost a must-have to get through a solid day of dashing. But it's super yummy. I was in there about 20 minutes till they closed. They were not happy to see me. Straight up got dirty looks. But oh well. Guess you guys should have closed half an hour sooner than you said you were closing. If you don't want people coming in 20 minutes prior to close. I don't know what else to tell ye. That place I was done at was right here. Ginjigo. Fresh hibachi bowls. I think I'll sit here and finish up some editing and eat some food. And then we're going outside again to try to pull a shelf out of the van and see if we might be able to do a little bit of camping here soon. You know what happens on camping trips with me. You better bring your own P. Diddy lube. doing a little research on a place I might go tomorrow. Then I just typed in flea market. The original place I was looking at was an antique mall. But I'm like, what about something a smidge closer to me with more than just antiques? I thought I would check out the Marion International, quote unquote, flea market from Marion, Ohio. But I have conflicting reviews that I thought were kind of funny. The first one says, from the road, this place looked very promising as far as antique stores go. When I walked in, several people were inside, smoking weed and using ethnic slurs. I will not be adding this place to my antiquing circuit. Trashy items and trashy people. Don't stop. Keep driving past this one. Okay, I can do that. But now I'm confused because the next guy named Jim doesn't feel that way. Super nice people, he says. Never disappointed when I go through it. Always end up with something. Nice place for outside vendors in the summer. Well, if the whole place is outside, then forget about it, eh? Another thing that was weird is there's like no pictures added to the Google account for it. Google Maps account. So, people were inside smoking weed and using ethnic slurs. Jump to the next one. Super nice people. Never disappointed when I go through it. I wonder. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I'll show you a process called how to take a poop in my house in the dead of winter. Basically, you want to start out in one warm room and make your way down to the bathroom with your winter coat on, because your trip between the two rooms is going to be cold. Each individual room, that's right, my office and the bathroom is in fact warm, but the trip to get there is cold as shit. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to actually just do the whole journey live as I share some thoughts with you. I'm going to venture into my cold, what's going to be the future kitchen. I guess I'll point you this way so I can actually see where the H word I'm going. Oh, I forgot I was going to get a delicious cup of coffee. So here's what you do. You hit the power button here on the old Keurig. Anyways, I was in the office there wrapping up a nice little video for you to enjoy. Oh boy. And was looking for some cool spots to take some filmings. And you know what? It's harder than I thought. I thought you just, because I would go wherever. But I'm trying to ramp up my game, of course, here in the next few days. This year, I should say. And it's harder than I thought because there's travel, there's weather, and you need to make sure you want to travel that particular distance in that particular weather, and the day has to be right. Obviously, it has to work with your schedule. Everything else you got going on. Let's see if you can hear my knee pop. You ready? Ah, did you hear it? It feels good every time that happens, and I'm thinking one day it won't feel good at all. I'm thinking one day it'll lead to chronic pain, but I popped my knee like that a couple times each and every day. Anyways, yes, there's distance, there's weather, and everything, and those two things are okay on their own, but when it comes to your schedule otherwise, like do I have something going on that day otherwise, like work, school, whatever the case may be, a hot date, or maybe a, we won't say. I just heard something out here. I'm not sure if it's a Sasquatch, a Mothman, or what it is, or maybe it's just a crackhead. But anyways, let's take a look at my coffee. Smells so good, and I have these. I'm excited. Look at this. Look at this from Walmart. Stir sticks for my coffee, baby. I actually put like a pack of 500 wooden coffee stir sticks in my Amazon cart. I'm pretty excited for those because, hey, what do I always say? Gotta enjoy the little things. Anyways, like you were saying, the hardest thing, however, about planning road trip filming spots and days is the fact that almost all of these things to do, museums, attractions, places open to the public. Basically, here's the rule. Whether I'm interested in it or not is secondary. The rule is, will it look like something strange or unusual or cool on a video? Whew, it is warm in this bathroom. I'm glad I left that heater on. I avoided doing that all winter so far because it's just me and shit, and I'm not here. I'm not pooping that much. I mean, I am a serial pooper, but that many poops in one day? It's like $3 extra a day to run the electricity in this bitch. Anyways, it's tricky with business hours. All these places have, for some reason, unique business hours and days that they're open and seasons that they're open. So it's like, well, I can go do that tomorrow because none of the cooler options are available for any of those 10 reasons. But one of the cooler options will be available in a month and 3 days, according to my, it's like playing Tetris. You know how some sorts you got to do, and sometimes the sort is kind of boring, and then sometimes you slide a piece in and boom, a big chunk blows up, and you're like, that was a cool one, but it took some time to get there. Same thing with this. All right, speaking of things dropping down into place, I'm going to drop a hot one. Don't ever poop with clothes on. Don't ever poop without your cup of coffee ready so you can enjoy your coffee while you're pooping. I mean, that's just the rules I live by. I'm notorious for being hours from home and gotta poop so bad, but it ain't gonna happen because I know it'll be so much better if I hold it, wait till I get home, drop a boulder with my coffee, buck naked, because last time I tried to get buck naked far from home to take a poo, they kicked me right out of Walmart. Whew. All right, didn't have a box cutter. And I was kind of limited to my reach because I'm stuck on a pooer. But I did it. I made a shelf for my phone and my coffee while I'm pooping. All is right with the fucking world, baby. You know, despite how cold it is outside, this bathroom stays about 70 degrees with this little heater. Only costs about $3 a day to keep it warm. So that got me to thinking, well, heck, I might as well put like a countertop desk there, maybe put a board right there and put a little chair right here, or maybe a shelf that comes right up so I can be on the toilet and use my computer. Bring my computer in here and maybe build a drop-down Murphy bed over that really clean tub. We'll be in business. Just staying here all winter. Fuck it. The wind, or at least I'm hoping it was only the wind, moves this big ass door, and it just sounds like there's monsters on the other side. Doesn't it? Doesn't it sound like a monster's getting ready to open it and eat me? Good news, Toucan. You're gonna help me work on the van out here in these super cold winds. Middle of the F word night, and guess what? I get to slip on the ice and damn near die every time. I feel like I can't properly light the inside of the van to bring you good lighting to show what the heck I'm doing. But I got good news. What do I always say? If you can't give someone a good result, at least give them some good hope. And I added a big ass worksite light on its own stand to my Amazon shopping cart, baby. All right. Futon bed's gonna sit here for just a second. Here's what we got so far going on. The concept is to not slip on this ice. And to remove that, and let's see, I can probably pull in a lot more light if I do this. We're going to remove that shelf right there. And it should open up a lot more space in here, obviously. And then I'll put the bed back, probably up against that wall. It can fold up into a couch. It can also lay flat. So, and then later on, afterward, I mean, like, that'll make it ready for camping. Bada bing, bada boom. And I kind of figured, what the heck am I going to do? How am I going to remember everything? Well, I'm not. I'm going to do that much. I'm going to throw in some blankies and my big new Toucan Sam stuffy and some pillows and take her camping. And I'll probably just need to keep a piece of paper in here with a pencil to write down everything that I forgot that I wish I had. And I'll just add it to the camper van every time I come back. So, you know, fake it till we make it. Earn while you learn. All right, righty tighty, lefty loosey. Thought I'd put on some gloves so I don't bust my knuckles all up. So far, pretty easy. Well, I got these side pieces unhatched, but it still won't move. Then I noticed there's floor anchors as well, and there appears to be even floor anchors way back in the corner. That's gonna suck, but I hope at least when I get those done, that's it, and this whole thing can come out of here. Let's see. This fucking van's pretty comfortable. I might not even need a bed in here. I'm laying on the floor right now. Hell, if you bundle up real good, fuck it, you still stay warm even on the floor. I got snot dripping in my fucking mustache here. Check this out. So this bolt over here in this corner took forever to break free. Let me see if I still got it. Yeah. But the one back there, the head broke off. Thank goodness. Because I did not want to ratchet in that tight little space. It would have taken twice as long. And my arm was already falling off. So look. She's about as loosey-goosey as it gets, boys. Whew! Luckily the other back corner did the same thing. Nothing's better than rusty bolts. Holding together the vehicle that you're going down the road in 50 miles, 60 miles an hour. That can break apart. Just the slightest little touch. Walking on ice here. Try not to fall. Look how much uglier it is in here now. Next step is to get these head stabbers out of here, because the futon will now be right up against that wall, and then it can also be propped up for couch style, and hopefully that'll create a nice little walk space right there, and it'll feel more like a camper each step of the way, baby. All right, now what about this nasty ass floor? Well, that didn't do a whole lot because the wheel well is still in the way. It did create a little bit of walk space, so it might actually work for the first couple camp trips, but obviously this just means that we get to make a full camper van bed build video. Or maybe I'll just use this futon but take those legs out of there and build with wood a higher platform for it, and a platform that has underbed storage. These end shelves, or rather these end drawers, can pull out this way, and maybe do like, you know, the fancy campers do, where that creates like an instant table and they can sit outside. And then obviously the drawers down there will open in that inside part of the van. So blurry shot to end it. All right, guys, I gotta go. I got shit to do. Let me read my script here. I got nasal drip in my nasal hairs, D. Anyways, here's what she looks like when you go camping, bro. Look. Whoa. It's a van and stuff. So anyways, thank you for joining me today. As you know, I post a ton of content here on Duggalo Nation. It's just an excuse for me to stay creative and continue my work, my passion in media arts. I upload a video every single day just for you, of which the topics do vary greatly. It could be anything from a travel video to urban or nature exploring. It could be comedy, some sort of scam trolling, or me just telling inappropriate jokes. Hang on, I gotta scroll up on the script here. Alright, hang on. I also post building projects. I guess this one kind of counts as that. And educational material, such as science and history. I also post videos covering current events from time to time, and, of course, whatever else I forgot to mention. And in between those specific topics, I like to post sarcastic versions of my daily life, given the good, bad, or ugly. If you want me to be on your podcast or video shoot in some way, or maybe you just want to have me, or rather talk to me directly, all you have to do is email DuggaloNation@gmail.com. Hang on, let me scroll up on my script here. Oh, yeah. Okay. I gotta figure out a way to get a teleprompter or something, or just memorize this. Or you could even be right here beside me, live and in the flesh. If you want to help support the channel, all you have to do is like, comment, subscribe, and most of all, share this link with your dumb buddies. A growing audience helps the channel out quite a bit. So, yeah, that's it. Thank you. And all that stuff. So, I'm tired. I'm going to go inside and sleep because we're going places away from home. We're going out of town tomorrow. So, we're going to Benson's Animal Farm. Just kidding. That's from a comedy thing. Dane Cook. Not me. Alright, gotta go. Love you. Bye. Douche.